The first Crow trailer teases intense violence in a dark and gritty reboot of the cult classic film. But I keep asking, why was it necessary to remake it? And for obvious reasons, I'm guessing it's because of money.
I have a question. Why?
Welcome to Furthy's Feedback, folks. So, having spent over 15 years in development hell, the first trailer for the Crow remake is finally here. Based on James O'Barr's cult classic graphic novel of the same name, the story revolves around a man who is murdered alongside his fiancée and comes back to life with near invincibility and becomes the titular vigilante seeking revenge. Bill Skarsgard becomes the latest actor to take up the Crow mantle, with the most notable being Brandon Lee in his final role, followed by Vincent Perez, Eric Mabius and Eddie Furlong. With just a few months remaining until the movie's release, Lionsgate has released the first Crow remake trailer. The trailer offers the first proper look at the Skarsgard-led remake, introducing his new version of ericdraven and the character's fiancée, FKA Twigs' Shelley. The trailer also hypes the intense violence to come from the new movie, with the titular character holding nothing back in his quest for vengeance on the murderers. Early looks at the Crow remake have sparked divided responses from fans of the original movie and comic book, with some even comparing Skarsgård's look unfavourably to that of Jared Leto's Joker from Suicide Squad. Many of the original movie's creatives have also spoken out against the character's design, with director Alex Proyas mocking the hairstyle chosen for Eric, while star Rochelle Davis has also expressed a desire to have seen the lead cast closer to resemble Lee and more diversity in the cast. Despite some of these divisions, the Crow remake trailer does show that the movie is keeping a few key elements from its source in the new adaptation. Though the makeup isn't as prominent as prior incarnations of the titular vigilante, Skarsgård does at least don some version of the masquerade-like appearance of the Crow comic books. Additionally, aside from a different hairstyle, Skarsgård's slender build also resembles iconic musician Iggy Pop, who was a key inspiration for O'Barr in designing the character. The other major element the Crow looks to be retaining from its source is the overall abilities of its protagonist. In the comics, the titular animal imbues the revived with invulnerability and superhuman reflexes, all in the course of staying true to their mission, which is typically revenge. While it seems like the remake is largely leaning into the invincibility, Eric's mission is still rooted in love, as was the motivation in the comics, and retaining some semblance of his original powers could prove a promising sign for the movie's faithfulness to its source.
I doubt it. Alright, you know what?
On a personal level, I'm still so unsure why on earth they would remake such a classic. I felt similar to when Point Break was remade, because it had no need to be. The comment section from the initial images of the remake in my previous Crow video were not very favourable on the new remake, and one of my comment section, on screen now, summed it up perfectly. This was Brandon's legacy to us. It was his masterpiece. To remake this is disrespectful beyond belief.
Disrespectful, very disrespectful.
Also, from one of my recent polls, 19% of people who voted say they would give it a chance, but the majority of the poll was overwhelmingly against the idea of the new movie. The reactions I've seen online from the trailer haven't been much better, so I think the reboot of The Crow is already off to a bad start.
Off to a bad start. This means that something starts under bad conditions.